Hello everybody, welcome back. Third time looking? No. Just shouldn't be filming today. Oh my god. I'll wait. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video, which is going to be how to achieve a flawless base. Okay, oh my god, I'm going to talk really quickly. Basically what I wanted to say was that I hope you find this video helpful, and a flawless base is not going to look like these beauty filters, it's not going to look like these smoothing filters on TikTok, but we can still achieve a really smooth base with these tips in this video. So I really hope you guys enjoy. If you do, please give it a thumbs up, and I'm going to stop talking because of the fucking work that's being done. I hope you enjoy. So for a flawless base, your actual skincare is very important. So you want to first go in with moisturizer, and I'm going in with the Neutrogena Hydra Boost Water Gel, and you just want to apply this to your skin, specifically in the areas where you know you are more dry, because that way your foundation is going to sit nicer on your skin and you're not going to have any dry spots. So you want to start with a good moisturized skin. I have already done my brows, by the way, before I do my foundation. The next step for a flawless base is a primer, and I find that typically the ones with a mattifying and pore minimizing purpose is best for this if you want a flawless base. If you're going in with more of an illuminating primer, this isn't going to hide your pores as much, and it isn't going to give you such a smooth surface to work on. So I'm going in with the Professional primer by Benefit. This is a trusty primer and I absolutely love it. So I'm applying this specifically on my T-zone, but I also do go in with it on my cheeks as well, just especially if I really want a smooth finish. Especially around my nose and my forehead is where I get my pores, and where I kind of have any spots, I'll put this as well, just to kind of get a really smooth base. Now we can go with foundation, and I'm using my number 7 Stay Perfect foundation in the shade Porcelain. So I will go in with a brush if I'm in a rush or anything, but I will go in with a beauty blender if I really want that smooth base. If you really want your makeup to look really smooth and like flawless, a beauty blender is going to be your best friend. Please let me know in the comments if this video is actually like beneficial, because I wasn't sure whether to do this video, because I feel like most people, especially with TikTok now, know how to do their base and like know how to cream contour and everything, but I remember when I was starting out I was so confused by cream contouring and baking and everything. So hopefully this video is kind of helpful for some people, but apologies if you already know how to do this. I hope you enjoy it regardless. So with a flawless base, you always want to start with your cream products first before you go in with all of your powders, just to make sure that they all blend really well and that you have a really nice smooth creamy, like they're all blended in before you go in and set them all. Okay, once that is blended in, I have got a few spots, so I'm going to conceal those first, and I'm going in with my Rimmel Lasting Radiance Concealer in the shade Ivory, and I'm just going to put this on my spots. To blend this in, I am going in with a brush because I want to keep most of the product on my face. I don't want to take it off with a beauty blender. So yeah, I'm just going in with a brush to blend this in. Now it's time to actually conceal. So first I'm going to put the concealer underneath my brows and on my eyelids, because I just like how it looks when you define your brows that way. So I'm using my Maybelline Fit Me concealer, and this is in the shade 03. Taking this on a flat brush, and I'm just going to carve out underneath my eyebrows. I think carving out your brows does kind of give you the impression of like a flawless base, because it just really helps to blend in with the rest of your face. Whenever I don't do this, it obviously looks like I obviously haven't got any makeup on my eyes, but it kind of like just doesn't give such a smooth, sharp effect. And I just think it really helps to kind of bring the whole face together when you do put concealer under your brow. Like, look at the difference. It really elevates the look. So if you're not doing this, please try it because it's just great. I'm so sorry, you're gonna have to excuse the work next door because I need to talk, because I need to set this. So I hope you can hear me. Another tip for a flawless base is you never want to leave your cream products too long before setting them, because otherwise you're going to get creases and it's just not going to look great. So I am just taking my Laura Mercier powder and I'm just going to set this with a fluffy brush. So under my eyes, I will go in with the Huda Beauty powder, which is a shade itself because I want more coverage there, but anywhere else on my face, such as my eyes or underneath my contour, when I'll be cutting that, I will just go in with the Laura Mercier translucent shade because I don't need the extra coverage there. Now I'm going to take that concealer underneath my eyes as well. If you are using a brush on your face, please still blend concealer with a beauty blender. You want a beauty blender underneath your eyes because it's just going to give you such a more smoother effect. You're not going to get any of the brush lines and you're going to really get into like your creases in your eyes. I'm so sorry about the work being done, but I'm gonna have to talk again because I need to set this. So as soon as you've blended out underneath your eyes before we put the concealer anywhere else, you want to set this straight away so that you don't get any creasing. So I'm going in with my Huda Beauty powder, and this is in the shade Pound Cake, and you need a powder puff. Sorry, excuse that mine's dirty. I know that this is everywhere at the moment, but if you haven't got one, please get one. You can use your beauty blender otherwise, but I do find it's not as good as these. And literally press the powder underneath your eyes for an initial set, and then go in with a second like amount. A second, am I right? Go in a second time and bake, so you're gonna have a second layer of powder basically. And I'm also gonna take this over my nose at this point as well. Now it's time to put the concealer everywhere else we want light on our face. So I'm going to pop this on my chin and a little bit on my forehead. Now it's time to cream contour. So I'm going in with my NYX Born to Glow, and this is a foundation, but it is a darker shade of foundation, which you can obviously use to cream contour. So I haven't actually got a cream contour stick yet specifically, but the one that I really want to try is the Primark one, and I'm going Primark on Saturday, so I'm going to get my hands on some of those. And obviously I do want just some general cream contour sticks that I've seen. However, as of now, I don't have any specifically because I am poor, because I am a student. So I'm just working with what I've got, and if you are the same, you can use a darker shade of foundation or a darker shade of concealer. It's still the same as long as you have a darker colour. So I'm just squeezing a little bit of this out onto my finger, and you want to just pop a few dots. Go in small first because we can build this up. I'm popping a few dots on the hollows of my cheekbones, and I'm also going to be popping this on my forehead too, like so. And I'm again going to blend this out with the other end of my beauty blender. As you can see, this is just blending out really, really nicely. It is blending into my foundation, probably because it is a foundation, so that might not be a bad tip, to be fair. However, with cream contouring, the key is to blend, blend, blend. Even when you think you are blended, carry on blending. As you can see, this has just added a really nice bronze kind of glow to my skin. It is looking quite dark this side, but I promise you it's literally just the lighting. Like, that is not how it actually looks. The next thing we want to do is to bake underneath this contour. So I'm just taking my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder again, and I'm literally going to take this underneath the contour like so and press this into the skin. Again, I do 2 layers just because I find the first one really sets it, and then the second one can sit on the skin to bake for a little bit. And this is just going to sit on your skin for a little bit, okay? We're going to look crazy for a few minutes. Whilst that's baking, I'm going back in with my Huda Beauty powder and I'm going to set my forehead. So I'm just taking my powder puff again and I'm setting where we put the concealer, and I'm also going to pop this on my chin as well. So once this has sat on your skin for a moment, I'm then just taking a fluffy brush and I'm going to dust off all of the excess powder from under our eyes and under our contour. Now for more powder products, I'm going in with my Gimme Sun bronzer from Doll Beauty, and we're just going to set over the top of the cream contour. Now I'm going to go in very, very, very lightly. If you have cream contoured, any powder is now going to really cling to that. So I'm doing 1 to start with, and I'm just going to literally press this onto the skin. I find once you've cream contoured, you don't want to like really move it around. You just want to tap this into the bronzer just to kind of set it. We're not really adding much more colour or much more definition. We're just setting the cream products that we've popped down. And doing the same on the forehead. I'm just taking the remainder underneath my jawline to try and give us some definition that we do not have. Now I am just also going to pinch this little brush together, dip it into the contour and just run it along the sides of my nose. I don't really fully do nose contour, hence why I didn't use the cream products on my nose. I just find that a little bit of powder is enough for me. Take any excess on my powder puff and put this on the sides of my nose just to kind of get a really neat line, and dust this away again. Now we're going to go in with blush. So again, for a flawless base, we're now including blush. Who knew that blush would come back into like trending? Because I remember when you like never used blush, and I kind of was still in that era. I've kind of really had to like make myself like blush, but this is from Doll Beauty and it's in the shade Take Me to the Peach. I find for a lighter skin tone like myself, a peach blush is really, really complimentary on the skin. I can go in with a pink, but I just feel like sometimes it can look a bit harsh. So I do just go in with this peach one and I kind of just tap this onto the top. So you want to put your contour first, then your blush, and then your highlight. As you can see, this is just a really, really subtle, but it's still there. She's still there, she's just subtle. I honestly love these blushes so much. If you're definitely like starting out with blush, the Doll Beauty blushes are a really good place to start because they're so buildable. Like you can go in with such a small amount of product and it still look nice, and then you can also build it up to how you want it. So I do go in with quite a bit now because I'm kind of used to how it looks on my skin now. And I do just put a little bit of the excess on my nose as well, just because I find it looks quite cute. For highlighter, I am gonna go in with a cream highlight. Now, I did say to not layer cream products on top of your powders. However, with highlight, I find it does still work because obviously we're gonna bake the powder underneath our eyes, and so the kind of bake covers where you're gonna wanna highlight. So I think the only exception is cream highlight. So I'm going in with the Benefit High Beam and I'm just putting 2 dots on the top of my cheekbones, and I just blend this out with my finger. And then to set this highlight, I'm going in with the Technique Get Gorgeous highlighting powder, and it is a pink one. For my skin tone, I really like a pink highlight. I just find it really complements my skin, and just look at it. Like, look at her glow. The skin literally looks like wet. It is beautiful, and I really find a highlight really adds to the flawless base. Like, you just cannot have a nice base without highlight. So I'm just putting it on my cheeks, on the tip of my nose and the bridge of my nose, and my cupid's bow. And the last step for a flawless base is to apply a setting spray. So this is the Essence Fix and Last 18-Hour Fixing Spray. I would like to invest in the MAC Fix Plus or the Urban Decay All Nighter Spray, but this is all I can afford at the moment, so, and it does the job. Okay, I'm gonna let this soak into my skin. I'm gonna finish my eyes and then I'll be back. I have just finished off the rest of my makeup, and this is the finished look. I really hope you guys like it and have enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye!